What is going on, DDO players? Jazza here with another build video. Welcome back to the, well, basically, if Game of Thrones Season 8 was a YouTube channel, it would be this one. So I said I would play a monk. I'm back here with a monk. I'm going to tell you my build. I'm going to tell you how amazing it is, how great it is, how amazing it's performing, and as you've seen in the previous video, it's a very effective kind of class in the current meta. So let's have a look at what we've done here. We've obviously gone Asama, because they get a wisdom bonus, and monks are kind of a wisdom-based class. That's kind of obvious, but I also think you could probably go like a halfling at the moment, because they get some sneak die, and that's kind of cool. I think once upon a time, half-orc might have been cool. It's probably not very cool anymore. Anyway, like I said, I just went Asima. I've gone pure. No more memes with splashing one. We've just gone pure all the way, 100% gimp, alright? So I maxed my wisdom at the start, and I put a couple points into con and a couple into dex. The reason I got points into dex was for the 2-weapon fighting line. You need 17 dex for 2-weapon fighting. So if you haven't made a monk before, you might need to start with like 17 dex, which makes things very hard. I started with like 12 dex and waited for my tomes to kick in. 20 wisdom and like 16 or 18 con. And all level ups into wisdom, obviously, because we can get our wisdom to hit and damage. Wisdom affects your DCs, and basically that's a monk in a nutshell. Wisdom also gives you some AC. This is all shit everybody knows. But anyway, moving on. I'm stuck as a monk now. Like, I'm completely out of Otto's boxes. I've got none left. My girlfriend's boyfriend said I wasn't allowed to buy anymore, so I'm a monk forever now, guys. So thank you to everyone that liked that video. Make sure you like this video to show that you're laughing at me being stuck as a monk. Obviously, this is all a bit of a joke. Like, monk kind of performs well in hard content, but I try to run Reaper content, and it's even more obvious that my guild just carries me now that I'm playing a monk. So anyway, let's talk about the feats we took. Now, I mentioned that you can get Whirlwind on this build, but I had so many other feats that I wanted to get. I had to remove Whirlwind and Spring Attack because I wanted to get things like Completionist and the Past Life of Rogue. So if you don't have access to those, you can obviously go for the Whirlwind attack. It takes like 5 feats to get there. It is so expensive, I almost don't think it's worth it. But it's one of the few ways a monk can do AoE damage, besides, I guess, Dire Charge. So we took Scion of the Ethereal Plane here. Yeah, you can also go Scion of the Astral Plane, which gives you like dodge cap, tactical DCs, and some stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But at the moment, I'm really vibing on this Scion of the Ethereal Plane because it's got some sneak dice and ghost touch and some melee and range power. +4 to all skills, gravy. So that's what we took there. Might not be the best, right? Keep that in mind. Everything I do might seem like it's the best, but it's probably not the best. We took Dire Charge, obvious reasons, it's fucking mad. Our DC gets quite high with things like Deadly Instinct. We took Mass Frog, it's a bit of a meme. It's really effective against things that have no will save, like Undead or the Scarecrows in Bubba. If you're running that raid, it's very effective in there. And sometimes it randomly goes off on other crap too. Took Perfect 2-weapon fighting, obvious reasons. Improved Martial Arts, gives you an extra weapon die. Like, I just think you have to take it. Yeah, speaks for itself. Overwhelming Critical, again, obvious reasons. You probably always take that on a melee tune at level 21. Epic Past Lives, don't worry about that. Your girlfriend's boyfriend might not be paying for your boxes like me. We also went in Dark. There's light and dark. We chose Dark, just a bit of a meme, just to upset people. Took Dodge. I still have Mobility. Haven't got rid of that yet. And we took Toughness because monks get a lot of feats. These two, Dodge, Mobility, and Toughness, they are all good for an argument that you don't need them. You can get some other stuff, but yeah, they're pretty cool for me at the moment. They've got some, like, I liked a bit of Dodge. It's helpful. Toughness, a bit of HP. It doesn't add up too much at 20, but I was very worried about my HP. Going to 30, I only have like 2,380 outside of Reapers, so that's probably a bit on the low side, especially as a melee too. And so for martial feats here, we took Precision. You can take Power Attack or Precision. I think Precision is better because it gives you more to hit, and with my gear set, you'll come to see that I'm really struggling with my to hit, and Power Attack can affect that, but at the same time, you're doing no damage, so maybe Power Attack is better. Improved Critical Bludgeoning because I was too afraid to use Karmas, and there's actually no good raid Karmas, or I would have used them. Stunning Fist because it's the bread and butter. Monks get a bunch of free feats for free because they're free, and then Path of Darkness for a meme, and that's basically it. Spells, no spells. Enhancements, no enhancements. So let's check those out. I've tried Ninja Spy for a while, and it gets a lot of sneak dice. It's kind of cool, but it's more for flavour, which is kind of funny because monk is actually for flavour as well, it feels like at the moment. But the Shin Tao is probably the way to go. As you can see, we've gone all the way to tier 5 Shin Tao. We didn't get Rise of the Phoenix because use a cake, right? Everyone's got cakes. All kind of obvious stuff. We've gone to the Falconry tree a fair bit because Falconry and Monk just synergize so well together. And this is all like really obvious stuff, and I assume everyone that is playing a Monk at cap is doing this exact kind of enhancement setup. So obviously Wisdom to hidden damage, and Deadly Instinct, which gives Wisdom to your tactical, half of your Wisdom modifier to your tactical DCs and your damage, I believe. Yeah, damage. Took a couple of points in Ninja Spy for some sneak attack damage because I love my sneak attack, and I took like a little bit of melee power out of Henshin Mystic. But what that goes to show is there's a couple of points you can spend yourself. I actually love the Vistani Knife Fire tree, but I haven't spent any points in it yet. I'm thinking about going over to it to get haste boost out of it and maybe some other things. And then obviously if you have racial points, you can go all the way up to the Ascendant Bond Fallen for the 10 melee power and stuff. That means you've got to be in that Ascendant Bond or whatever it's called. That's packed deity shit. So that all aside, let's move into what is the most exciting part of the game. It's the gear. Obviously, like I always say, my gear set is not perfect. I just slap stuff together, see what I can do. I focus on things like main stat, con, sneak damage, and to hit often. They're like my 4 things I go for. And half the time I forget to get enough con. So, anyway. What we've done is 7-piece Summer. It's still very hard and it feels awkward and I don't like it. So I do it anyway, just for you guys, so you don't have to do it, right? So the Summer pieces this time around are just the cloak, the ring, the boots, the gloves, the braces, and the helm, right? They're all just Feywild crap. We use the con gloves this time, just to mix things up. They give you a little bit of, I don't know, con. So that's cool. Over here, these braces, they have Insightful Double Strike, and that's very important for a monk. Usually you get your Insightful Double Strike from your part of the family Hammer Fist gloves. So that's why I've got that there. I really like this new trinket from the new raid. It screams monk. It's got the wisdoms and some sheltering on it. It's got sheltering 55, but you can't even get over 50 unless you invest in it. So that's probably not the best trinket for a monk, but it's also one of the only sources of Insightful Wisdom 10 besides the goggles from Shan. And the goggles I choose to use a lot these days are the Tinkerer's goggles for the sneak damage. As you guys know, every build I'm like, yeah, fucking get these Tinkerer's goggles inside your boys. The legendary Ring of Prowess, more melee power, and the helm obviously has a melee power as well. But I'm starting to think maybe you don't need to be caring about melee power as much on the monk anymore, but because there's so much you want to get. But if you don't focus on melee power, you're not going to do any damage, and you don't do any damage anyway, so it's like negligible. Like, what am I doing? Does it even matter what I wear? I do no damage. And I've just got this necklace, the Shan necklace, because it's powerful. Like Relentless Fury is very powerful. Armor Piercing is great, and it's got some stuff slotted in it. Now, hand wraps are in a bit of a weird spot. I don't think any new hand wraps that are good have been added to the game for a couple of years. So with hand wraps, the reason I've chosen to run Duality, the Moral Compass, is because it has the impact on it, which gives it the increased weapon die up from 5 to 7. And like, it's only raid weapons can get that. But then there's the newer hand wraps that from 12 to handle that don't have the impact. So they basically don't do as much damage, I think. And there's also the other new hand wraps from Legendary Vision of Destruction. They don't have impact either. So I don't know if maybe you're not meant to worry about base weapon damage as a monk and there's more important things. But anyway, I've chosen these Duality hand wraps. And inside them I put Prowess for obvious reasons, and then just some other crap like, basically melee power and some other random sets I had lying around. I didn't want to make any more filigrees for it really, because I usually sell filigrees on the Astral Shard house to make Astral Shards, guys. Keep that one in your back pocket. That's how you make shards. Just undercut people trying to sell filigrees that you can buy with threads. And I also made a second set of hand wraps with an MRR cap boost on them, so I can get 90 MRR. And to be honest, it hasn't saved me at all, I don't think. It hasn't done anything for me. So that may have been a bit of a waste of sentient toolkits. But, for you guys, like I said, I do this shit. I suffer. I care. So there's a lot of good Destinies in the game at the moment, I think. And I didn't know if I wanted to go Shadow Dancer or Grandmaster or Flowers or Fate Singer or Dreadnought. But I ended up settling on Dreadnought because it has haste boost in it, so I didn't need Vistani Knife Fighter. And it has a critical bonus to your bludgeoning weapons, which works with hand wraps. And I also think the Master's Blitz is pretty good. And I'm pretty sure I've also seen monks that are better than me at the game running in Dreadnought, so I copied them. I'm not original at all. And as you can see, we've just got all the things that kind of make sense. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. The twists, martial him, meld, and just some other crap from the monk that I thought was powerful. You can also run in Grandmaster of Flowers if you want to, but you won't be having that crit range, and you won't be able to boost all the time because there'll be a cooldown. And stuff like Everything is Nothing is incredibly powerful, but the cooldown is so long, I just feel like it wasn't quite worth it for me. So that's why I'm not running in Grandmaster of Flowers. And the playstyle of the build is basically just dire charge in, a haste boost, and try and kill things before they kill you. You can probably kill about one mob before you die, as you saw in the previous video. Unless maybe you stun one and use Tomb of Jade on the other, and that's how you do it. And as you can see with the gear set, I'm really lacking in my to hit and my insightful to hit. So that's, and quality to hit and quality deadly. There are a couple of things I'm missing that I would like to re-gear for. So if you guys can squeeze it in your own gear set when you're playing Monk, the best class in the game, it might work better for you. That's basically it. That's basically the build. That's what I'm doing at the moment, and that's what I'm going to be stuck doing for the next year or two. Well, thanks everybody that got me down here. Thanks everybody that wanted me to play Monk. Here I am playing a Monk. If you want more videos on Monk, just let me know in the comments, because I'm having a great time being carried by my friends in guild. And if you have a better gear set or better gear ideas, again, let me know, because it has been helpful in the past, and I'm always about that. If I don't uninstall the game from playing this OP class, I will see you all in the next video.